I was drawn here. I don't know what it was made me get a job at this nuclear power plant. Probably the same thing drew Lenny and the others. But some nights, when we're drinking, I worry something stupid's gonna happen. Because when Homer's around, stupid stuff always happens. Mostly, people know me as that black guy from The Simpsons. But my name is Carl. And yeah, Apu's wife always follows me around the Quickie Mart. And yes, Chief Wiggums has pulled me over more than my fair share, but for the most part, Springfield's a pretty tolerant town. So when somebody painted a big black N on my locker at the Springfield nuclear power plant, it sort of took me by surprise. Freaked me out a little bit. And after Wiggums came and stared at it for all the time it took him to eat a bear claw, yeah, that's definitely a big black N there, he had it painted over, thereby destroying all the evidence. Later, Smithers comes by my workstation with some lame formal apology on behalf of Montgomery Burns, and the next day, everything just went back to situation comedy. Everyone acted as though nothing really happened. Well, obviously, I didn't know what to do. I didn't think that, well, obviously, I didn't know what to do. And Lenny asked me a couple weeks later, "What's wrong with you? Is it that N thing?" So I told him, not in some cartoonish way, I said, "Look, Lenny, here it is in Technicolor. When I was a kid, I used to have an invisible friend, right? And I told him all my fears and my insecurities, my worries and my hardships, and he never once said nothing. He never once did nothing until finally I had to say to myself, I think I'm done with invisible friends." And that was that. Or so I thought. The next day in the lunchroom, I noticed Lenny squirming in his seat before finally he jumps up on the table in the center of the cafeteria and says in a voice louder than Bart's grandfather's television, "Listen up, everybody. Carl's my best friend. And whoever did that thing to him was wrong, and you know it was wrong. Springfield is better than that. In fact, we're all better than that. And I ain't saying I'm tough or nothing, but from now on, you go messing with Carl, well, you're messing with me too." And then he sat back down. He finished his roast beef sandwich. Some people applauded, some people laughed, most just kept right on eating, but I didn't care so much about their reactions. I was just glad that I had finally found a friend who had decided to make himself visible. So I don't know if I'll ever leave Springfield or this dangerous job, but I believe this city is my home. Why? I was drawn here. So this is what teachers make. He says the problem with teachers is that what's a kid supposed to learn from someone who decided his best option in life was to become a teacher? He smiles and reminds the other dinner guests that it's true what they say about teachers, that those who can, do, and those who can't, teach. I decide to bite my tongue instead of his and resist the temptation to remind our guests that it's also true what they say about lawyers, because we're eating after all, and this is supposed to be polite conversation. "I mean, you're a teacher, Blair," he says. "Be honest. What do you make?" And I wish he hadn't done that, you know, asked me to be honest, because you see, I have a policy about honesty and butt kicking, and that is if you ask me for it, well, then I've got to let you have it. You want to know what I make? I make kids work harder than they ever thought they could. I can make a C+ feel like a Congressional Medal of Honor and an A- feel like a slap in the face. How dare you waste my time with anything less than your very best? I can make kids sit through 40 minutes of study hall in absolute silence. No, you may not work in groups. No, you can't ask me a question, so put your hand down. Why would I let you go to the bathroom? Because you're bored and you don't really have to go now, do you? I make parents tremble in fear when I call home around dinner time saying something like, "I hope I haven't reached you at a bad time. I just wanted a chance to talk to you about something Billy did in class today." Billy said, "Leave the kid alone, man. I still cry sometimes. Don't you?" And it was the noblest act of courage that I've ever witnessed. I make parents see their kids for who they really are and what they can be. You want to know what I make? I make kids wonder. I make them dream. I make them criticize. I make them apologize and mean it. I make them read, and then I make them write. I make them spell definitely beautiful, definitely beautiful, definitely beautiful, definitely beautiful, over and over and over until they will never misspell either one of those words again. I make them show all their work in math class, and then I make them hide it on their final drafts in English. I make them understand that if you've got this, then you follow this. And if anyone ever tries to judge you by this, you give them this. Let me break it down for you so you know what I say is true. I'm a teacher. I make a difference. Now what about you?